Also, Brenzalor sent me a Reddit thread about Azzapp. About Azzapp on support lol. I don't really use Reddit, so I don't know. Hey guys, a quick question. I always really liked Azzapp as a player because he's easily top 5 best support players in the West, and he's the best VelKoz. I think he uses advice. Okay. Coaching is almost as good as Aloys. I'll take that. I'll take that. Aloys is the GOAT. What else confused me though is Azzapp whole ideal motto is good mental, never FF. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't really FF and tries to win every game. Okay, so what? Definitely disagree that his mental further than everyone thinks he has. In terms of trying to win every game, he's very mentally strong, but I've never seen him in a game where he isn't completely flaming or roasting his teammates for tiniest mistakes. One would argue that in challenger lobbies, mistakes don't happen so often, and when they do happen, they're more impactful. Just saying, being complete douchebag to his teammate. I don't think I say any of these things to my teammates. I do have a show to run, my guy. But at the end of the day, we're all human. Everyone true. Everyone makes mistakes even faker. Holy. So even though it might be reasonable to flame every so often for constant mistakes, I think personally his ego and pride prevent him from having good enough mental to look through those mistakes. What does that mean? Preventing him have good enough mental to look through those mistakes. That might give him more wins due to not tilting as much. I think this is not very correct. As in being on stream, obviously I'm gonna win less games. Dude, this is my fucking job. I don't care if I'm 2k LP or 1.3. Nobody's gonna watch me more if I have like 100 more LP, 200 more LP, 300 more LP. Nobody cares. It needs to be fun, entertaining, educational, show. Like, you gotta package it into something that's interesting. I don't survive. I don't get my bills paid by LP. I regard the tilt as in same as in poker, right? The tilt is when you're so mad about something that you make incorrect decisions. What most often happens in my games, you're gonna see me complain about a teammate about misplaying some very, very obvious things. I think it's very educational to mention if somebody makes super bad misplays, then you can, okay, we're not gonna play around this Kog'Maw because he cannot be relied upon to be of in condition because he sucks. So I'm gonna roam and make slightly less correct plays, but are more correct in this context given the player profile. Tilting is like when you're so mad, you're like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna run it down. And like, you run it down, you make 1v5 plays because you're tilted. I'm not saying I don't do this. Whenever I catch myself doing this, I fucking quit. I feel it, trust me. In short, I noticed this the most from Azzapp, but in this case, many high-elo streamers, I never stood in this whole I'm the center of attention thing mentality. When they make one mistake, nobody cares. But if someone else does, you're getting the biggest insult known to mankind. I mean, that's just show. I'm pretty sure if you check, I'm mostly pissed off at myself. Even if my teammate makes a mistake, I'm pissed off that I led to that sequence. I hate myself. What do you guys think? Don't get me wrong, as a player loves that, but doesn't understand why people think he has unbreakable mental fortitude. I think this is the problem with like this like selective perception of things. You see the shorts and the positive attitude, and then you imagine like my behavior is always exactly the same, indicative to the short, which is usually the short yapping tends to be about more real stuff. Whereas on stream, I will say like Monster Hunter is the worst game of all time, just to like rile chat up. I'm trying to get like some interaction going on, you know? Everything I say is not gospel. If I say Korean server is worse than Brazil, guys, I probably don't mean it, but it's an exaggeration for the sake of the fucking memes and potentially riling up some Korean elitists in chat. If streamers are not yapping, viewers will get bored. It's very easy to yap about it. Okay, because like what else are you gonna talk about, dude? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, dissect the political landscape of the entire fucking world throughout like 6 hours a day every day?
Oh my god, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
Do you know like how difficult it is to run a talk show host like daily? Even though if they do 1 hour segments, it's insanely difficult to run a daily talk show thing. Like, they have crews of people collecting all the topics and writing script and everything. And we go in and we just talk about shit. So generally it's gonna be the immediate apparent stuff that's happening on the stream. You gotta fill dead air. Trust me, this is one of the first things you learn as a streamer, especially when nobody's watching. When you start streaming for one viewer, you're yapping. You gotta train yourself to yap about literally anything. You need to yap. Otherwise, there's nothing going on. Nobody's gonna come in. Nobody's gonna say hi. Nobody's gonna watch your stream. Nobody gives a fuck. You gotta be talking. Maybe I misjudged you, Reddit. The first like comment is fairly intelligent. I think this is commentating the game if it's nonchalant and non-different sort of viewers. Precisely, man. They feed off of your energy. The latest game we had, when we make a comeback when Vi is trolling, the tensions are rising. I'm building up fucking station when Vi is trolling in a game, but we're making the greatest comeback Korea has ever seen. I mean, make the comeback. We leap up from the chair. We're having fun. We're enjoying it. And the comment is like, Azzapp, you're toxic. Why are you flaming Vi? She's literally trolling, motherfucker. That's why it's one of the best fucking videos on YouTube from Korea, but you popped off. People care about that sort of passion. You gotta make it interesting. And also people are watching you're the center of attention. I mean, kind of true, but I mean, you can also kind of expel outwards. You can focus on other things. Doesn't always have to be about you. We have some horrible balance takes because OTPs. Yeah, sure. That's a very objective comment. Definitely not subjective. I thought Sam was watching his short. Guy seems very chill, good advice. Then I watched a couple of videos and same conclusion. The guy is not likable in the long term. Fuck! I don't care, guys. We have a stream, we have our own thing. It's not for everybody. I scream it's saying the streamer need to flame teammate to have interesting stream. That's not what he's saying at all, but doesn't matter. Always occasionally repeats himself, but rarely flame a teammate. Yeah, I've never heard him flame a teammate.
I mean, our teammates don't have hands, bro. It is what it is. You need a human jungler this game. This stuff needs to get reported. Is our Rafid a pro player? Because that guy just get benched. I genuinely think my jungler's playing with 2 fingers. Our jungler, rather.
Bro, when I say that, people tell me I'm toxic. I've never seen him dodge or have ever killed. Nope. Spear shot flame cell is absolutely... Bro, did Spear Shot? I literally watched Spear Shot flame a Hornlime for like a whole 40-minute segment. What do you mean? I felt so bad for Hornlime.
How are you gonna contest the crab, bro? How are you gonna contest the crab? I don't care if you're Warwick. How are you gonna contest the crab? What are you doing? Get the other crab, bro. Come on, Hornline. This is like low IQ, bro. What are you doing? Get the other crab, bro. Don't say relax, Aki. Don't say that. Because this ain't making any sense to me, bro. What am I watching, brother? What am I watching? Just clear the camps, bro. You win the game. What are you doing? Like, you're level 3! Do your top side, bro!
I try my goddamn best to never take it to any personal realm. I will try to never take it to like a deep personal matter where it might actually like harm the person. Like more often than not, that person knows that they played like shit. You know what I mean? Unless they're doing it on purpose. Also, there's something to be said about the champions that you play. Like if you're playing a champion that naturally relies on others, like something like VelKoz, you will be projecting more outwardly the entire time, right? I will be mentioning other people more often. Because my plays depend on them. I will fuck up execution and best believe it, I will mention when I fuck up execution like this dog shit ass Q, right? Or like it's kind of weird to compare it to somebody like a Riven player or like a Pantheon player who obviously like has way more mechanical things to focus on. Anyway, I'm L9, fuck. I'm L9 now. I understand your point of view, but Zardus mentions the streamer people need the yapping. People need the yap. Regarding that, he often compliments good plays by teammates and enemies. I think I try to be very unbiased of this, like whether it's my teammate or enemy. I don't think I hold like passive aggressive grudges and like only mention my teammates. Exactly the same as if a champion is broken. I hate seeing it in my own team. If I see a Fury in my team do a stupid play and get rewarded for it, I call it as it is, disgusting. Often I miss my bad on stream and in-game chat, I could say. In-depth and train somehow. Honestly, very intelligent comments. Like a bit like more perceptive understanding of what the situation is. Although he flames teammates a lot to his stream, he never brings that flame in-game, never spam pings or any types negatively. I think this is fine a lot of times. He does flame his teammates. I do agree that his teammates are not playing as they should. I mean, I don't know how to put it better than that. It's more like that back when it was a smaller streamer, now it's bigger and leaning more towards putting on a show. I mostly stopped watching a couple years ago. No! We lost the Solo Senpai. Yeah. Trying to remember what I was like in 2018. Let's go like super way back. I was putting on less of a show, but I was a worse streamer, way worse streamer, which reflected my view count and the views we were getting on videos. I was a very small streamer, but we were mostly the same. It's just less people knew me, so if you don't like it, don't need to watch. It's perfectly alright. Guys, the idea of no FF strong mental really just came into YouTube angle. Most of them don't even watch stream. YouTube has a stronger audience reach, so winning a game they're posting on YouTube really applies to FF strong. This is partially true, and it also puts into emphasis the idea of selective viewing. Somebody's gonna watch a video of me like complaining about certain balance stake, right? And then he's gonna not watch any other videos, and he's gonna watch another video about me complaining about the balance stake. That person's gonna be like, why are you always talking about balance? But it doesn't comprehend in his mind that he wants to see that, hence why algorithm is feeding him that sort of content. Same as for people, if you want more like sensationalist content, you will be receiving more sensationalist content. That's how the shit works. Arab Bazinga. Am I getting bazinga'd? I do personally dislike Azzapp, not as a person, but his ideals. I find his idea of never everything very toxic. There are absolutely games that are not winnable. Yeah, that's true. That's not the point. Are you saying, yeah, the sun could explode right now? What is he yapping? I got Arab Bazinga'd, guys. Now, like, some people will create this idealistic, perfectionist view. This is how dating works, by the way. Unironically, this is how dating works. When you meet a person, your brain is gonna concoct the idealized image of that person. And then the more you get to know them, the more mystery fades. And then you realize that actually a real person who doesn't, like, go one-to-one with your ideals that you, like, projected onto them. And that's how people, like, get very disappointed in relationships and get, like, thrust into real world. Same thing happens with the online shorts. Like, if you only consume shorts and find like a couple of shorts that you really like, we talked about how algorithm feeds you what you want to see, you will find things that you like, and from then on you're gonna concoct and project this image of me that's perfectly to your standards. I'm not the person that you want me to be, because I'm me. I'm my own self. I cannot be exactly what you want me to be, and that's fine. I'm glad we had this very interesting talk. I like that thread. That thread is pretty cool, very enlightening.